pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Are we sitting there right now? Angie?
I didn't even look today. Sorry. Probably about 1.4 or 5.
Are we up or down?
Look today.
That's about where we were.
So we got any money coming, or
Yeah.
have we paid anything on the demolition of the school?
We paid for a third of it.
70,
So we still owe about, what, 140 left?
yeah.
Someone want to make a motion to approve the consent agenda and the financial statement? Motion by Ms. Mason, any second?
Second.
Second by Ms. Taylor, all in favor say aye. Opposed? 4-0. Okay, we good. Mr. Fishkill loses here. 6-0.
Okay, new business, we got the principal's reports. Ladies,
Elementary enrollment for March is at 353. March 5th through the 8th, OPA testing started and finished up. We were state monitored this year and it went well. We did really well on it, so I was proud of our students and our teachers who all tested this year. On the 7th, we celebrated the 100th day. Students dressed like they were 100, and they're always adorable. They love coming in with gray hair and canes, and we have teachers who participate in that also. On the 8th, we had our sunrise breakfast for 6th grade, and that was our last one for the school year. Also on the 8th, we celebrated Read Across America Day. Miss Quindy had a camping theme in the library all week. Students dressed like colorful campers and AR read across the building. Many classes had Dr. Seuss activities planned for their students. We also had the third 9 weeks AR party, which were root beer floats and prizes. And then for the third quarter, we had 155 out of 273 students who participated in AR Make Their Goals. So that was 57% of our students. We were proud of that. Also for the third quarter, a shout out to first grade. This was their first AR period to be eligible, and they rocked it. Miss Quindy said that 37 out of 44 made their goals, so that was 84%. And then for the year, EES students so far have read 18,116,750 words, and they've passed quizzes on 9,053 books. So we're excited about that, and we love that our kids love to read. Miss Quindy does a wonderful job in the library with our kids on AR. On the 11th, we had our teacher work day. That morning, teachers worked on curriculum in their classrooms, and that afternoon, we had professional development in the cafeteria. For our district, Trip Walters, the APSRC lawyer, did a workshop on ethics, and Mindy Martin did one on Title IX sexual harassment. The 12th through the 14th, East students traveled to Hot Springs for their yearly East Conference. Also on the 14th, 3rd through 6th grade had their Atlas Writing Summative Assessment. The 15th, report cards went home, and the 19th through the 22nd, we had a much needed spring break. And then upcoming things, on the 28th, we have our awards assemblies. 5th grade has a Boomwhackers musical performance. The 28th kindergarten has their Easter egg hunt, and then the 29th we're out for Good Friday. And then I included some pictures on the back of some of the events that I went over. Any questions for the elementary?
thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, they using that deal that we bought that goes on the wall, they do it for gym, are they using it?
We are
Yes,
using
I've
that.
seen you use
Students love that. I'll try to have some pictures or maybe video for you guys next month
I
on
just didn't
that.
know if we were
But they
using it.
love it. It's called the Lou. So they do enjoy that.
Thank you.
Alright, the current number of students enrolled at EHS is 260. This is one less than the February meeting due to a student registering and never returning. Ms. Phyllis Hodges came on Thursday, February 22nd, for our Black History Month Assembly. She spoke about girl power. All juniors took the ACT test on Thursday, March 7th. Our instructional facilitators went to UCA Teachers Career Fair on February 23rd. Students in grades 7 through 10 took the Atlas Writing Assessment on March 6th, and 99% of our students were tested, with 3 students not tested due to being absent. March 8th through 9th, 5 ninth grade FFA students went to the Greenham Conference at Camp Couchdale. Students learned a lot about FFA and leadership opportunities. 3 of our E students were on the Vine at 9 on THB 11 on March 11th. That afternoon, EHS East Conference team left for Hot Springs. And then that Thursday at the closing ceremony, students received 3 awards. 3 students earned the Faye Jones Architectural Challenge for the new gym design. 3 students earned the East Music Award, and the entire conference team earned the Best Conference Signature Design Booth Award for their amazing conference booth. Thursday, March 14th, was the annual England Area Chamber of Commerce banquet at England Fitness Center. Our EHS counselor, Cassie Henderson, was awarded Educator of the Year, and our EHS East was also awarded Organization of the Year by the Chamber. Friday, March 15th, we had Read Across EHS Day in honor of March being National Reading Month. Students who read an AR book, took a test, and passed it were awarded with popcorn. We had 22% of students meet their AR goals in comparison to 5 last quarter. Baseball and softball seasons are in full swing. Both teams actually traveled to Bigelow tonight due to our field conditions instead of hosting, and they'll be at Carlisle on Friday. In March, we had 111 math skills mastered by our students in grades 7 through 10 using ExactPath and Inventum. And today, Dr. Brister from the co-op was at EHS working with our math teachers, and Greg Moore was here and had a PLC with our science and social studies teachers using infographics and photos. And coming up soon, no school on Friday for Good Friday. Sports physicals provided by R-Care are April 2nd. Seniors are going to have CPR training and awareness and Stop the Bleed training on April 11th and 12th. Next teacher workday is April 15th, and Atlas testing is April 16th through 19th. Crazy Carnival will be on the 19th, and prom on the 20th. And then I attached pictures as well. Any questions for us?
It's Crazy Carnival.
We just have an afternoon of fun with the kids. We have blow-ups sometimes. We have water balloons, because that's what they really love, is playing in the water. So we do a lot of water balloons and just different activities for them.
Last year, most of the kids spent time chasing me around with water.
That's what they love to do. Thank y'all.
Next thing is lawn care bids. We have one. This one bid is from Bill and Martin. Total bid is lawn care maintenance bid, high school, new elementary school area. Prices for each mowing, $800. The old elementary school area, price per each mowing, $140 of a bi-weekly schedule. Total for this entire bid is $31,679.40.
Was he the only bid last year? He wasn't.
The total is $31,679.40.
But it's about $5,000 cheaper last year. I don't know if it was, how much was it compared to last year? That's what I'm saying,
Well,
last
he
year,
the-
it was about $4,500 cheaper. I don't know how much we paid last year.
I don't know, I didn't take the bid last year.
I mean, but you know what we pay, I mean, it should be in the.
I think the other one was Nick Brown. Last year was Nick
Yeah,
Brown?
it was, yeah, but I'm talking about, I don't know what we paid last year. $800 is about the same, right?
That sounds about right.
What bid we got?
I'm seeking the bid to approve this Bill and Martin.
31 what?
$31,679.40.
Make a motion? Jason, any second?
Second.
Second by Ms. Oakley, all in favor say aye. Opposed? 5-0.
Okay, the next thing we have, item C, is Personnel Policies Committee, PPC on, PD days. And we have a presentation for you about PPC.
Hi, I'm Sarah Morris. I am a teacher at the elementary school and the secretary for our Personnel Policy Committee, or PPC. Abby Gordon is our chair. She's passing out examples to you, so you can look at that as I kind of explain what we're looking at. So we have had many teachers at both campuses approach us with the idea of wanting curriculum planning days to take full advantage of having content-specific professional development. So that way they can find more professional development that is going to be specific to what they teach, what they need to know, what they need to best educate their students. The Arkansas Department of Education states that an educator must obtain 36 hours of professional development each school year. 12 of those hours can be obtained by working in classrooms before school starts. So we started looking at different 4-day-a-week schools and looking at what they did to see if we could accomplish this for our teachers. As we went through and looked at these different schools and the way that they planned their professional development days, we saw an opportunity to meet that need for our teachers. So what we're kind of planning, or what we're looking at, we're proposing to you, is allowing there to be parent-teacher conferences still on our Mondays, but having 2 days of curriculum planning prior to school start for our teachers on August 6th and 7th. And that would allow them to have that opportunity in their rooms to work as grade levels, to prepare what they're going to do with their students, and plenty of time before we start our district professional development the following week. Also, we are looking at allowing them to have 2 days during the summer to go seek content-specific professional development. We pay for our teachers to be able to go to the co-op and receive that, and we want to give them that opportunity. As we were looking at this, that was an option for us, as well as there are different conferences that they could attend and things that they could do for their specific content. By doing that, we are looking at changing a few things within the calendar. We would still have our regular Monday PD sessions on September 23rd, December 16th, January 13th, February 24th, and April 7th. What this would allow is, if the teachers did get their hours during the summer for that content specific that they've been asking for, then they would not have to come October 28th or May 12th. It would take that place. However, if they did not, for some reason, go get content specific training on their own in the summer, they would be present on October 28th and May 12th. Are there any questions about that? I know that's a lot of dates I threw out there.
Is it October 28th or 8th?
October 28th.
Okay. So all they're gonna do is, instead of working here, they can go out and do their,
They can go to the co-op or something and they can get a couple days in the summer. Content-specific stuff that is specifically geared to their classes and work that they're gonna do with those students that they may not be able to get at any other time except the summer. And if they do that, they will be able to take off these days instead of, basically it's just substituting 2 days in the summer for 2 Mondays.
But allowing those of us, like, for me, I teach music. There's not music content necessarily at the school for me. That would enable me to do that. Or many of the other teachers, especially at the secondary level, that have more specific needs within their professional development. That enables them to be able to go and get that for their specific area. Any other questions for me?
going to keep
Yes,
all of that?
admin would be present to verify,
Yes.
and we would have to turn in hours as we do now.
You make a motion?
I make that motion.
Motion by Ms. Owen, need a second? Second by Mr. Church Carlos, all in favor say aye. Opposed? 5-1.
Next thing is quote from Renaissance Learning. It's a subscription renewal, it's federal funds. It's $13,384.05.
Gonna make a motion?
I'll make that motion.
Motion by Mr. Tucker, need a second by Ms. Nathan, all in favor say aye. Opposed? 5-1.
Next thing really requires no board action, I just wanna give you an update on what we're looking at. There's been a lawsuit filed, and not against us particularly, but we are caught up in it. And Natalie Williams, a parent of a student in, I believe it's Bologna, is suing Arch Ford for their hub program. She and her attorney claimed that it did not provide certain things that it was supposed to provide in the way it was supposed to be provided. So it initially started out as a lawsuit against Arch Ford Educational Service Cooperative, but it expanded to the member schools, and then it expanded beyond that, and it encompassed every school that has used their hub program since I think it's 2017. So we were caught up in it along with 61 other schools. All of the legal fees will be absorbed by Arch Ford unless something changes. And I made contact with Cody Keys from Beckett Billingsley and Keys. He said that they're gonna take over, it's not a big deal for us, but we need to be under the umbrella so that Arch Ford will cover any fees that we might incur. So they're gonna take care of everything, so we're signed up under them with everybody else. And you can look at the lawsuit here, and you can see the list. Starts with Ashdown, and it ends with Van Buren, I believe. Or no, it actually ends with Wynn, and we're stuck in the middle of it. But anyway, I just wanted to give you an update on that, let you know exactly what's happening, in case you hear about it somewhere else. You'll know that this is not specifically against us, but we are included because we use the hub system in the past. And we also notice we got these really cool Eclipse glasses. We've been getting them from a lot of different sources, and today Brad Horn from Wilbur Mills Co-op brought us about 800 of them, enough for everybody in the district, students, faculty, everybody. So there's yours. And if you happen to lose them, we've probably got some more stuck around here. So we've got enough that I think everybody in the district should have at least 2. So we may end up sending 2 home with elementary students. If they happen to lose one, they've got a backup. So they're there and they're available for everybody. Just grab some if you need them. I've distributed them to the elementary and the high school, and both schools told me that we've already got these. Well, they got them again. So we're up there on those. And that's all I have there. Next thing is just personnel. I'm seeking a motion to accept the resignation of Rick Jackson as high school math teacher.
Say aye. Opposed? 5-0.
The motion accepting the resignation of elementary Elementary custodian, Misha Parks.
I'll make a motion.
Make the motion.
Motion by Ms. Sullivan, any second?
Second.
Second by Ms. Patricia Carter Lewis, all in favor say aye. Opposed, 5-0, okay.
Seeking a motion to accept the retirement of high school social studies teacher Nancy Sloan.
Wanna make a motion?
I'll make it,
Huh?
I'll make the motion to
Motion by Ms.
accept the
Patricia Carter
resignation.
Lewis, any second?
Second.
Second by Ms. Mason, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, 5-0.
I need this. I'm seeking a motion to accept the retirement of sixth grade teacher Rebecca Lilly.
Wanna make a motion? Motion by Ms. Mason, any second?
Second.
Second by Ms. Patricia Carter Lewis, all in favor say aye. Opposed, 5-0.
And seeking a motion to accept the rehiring of the certified staff as presented with in here with the adjustments that we discussed.
That's on here. Just all the teachers.
All the teachers, yes.
Alright, so wanna make a motion?
Make the motion.
Motion by Ms. Patricia Carter Lewis, any second?
Second.
Second by Ms. Sullivan, all in favor say aye. Opposed, 5-0.
Let's see, now we have community input. Dr. Melvins? Oh, I'm sorry. Wait one second. We just went with certified. We need to do classified. Seek a motion to accept the certified staff rehiring recommendations.
Classified.
Certified, or classified.
Wanna make a motion?
Make the motion.
Motion by Ms. Tucker. Any second?
We're gonna second that.
Second by Ms. Patricia Carter Lewis, all in favor say aye. Opposed, 5-0.
All right. Now we'll have community input. Dr. Melvins?
There are specific place to stand around here. Got pony.
I don't have one.
Sorry. We on this side. I'm here tonight representing the Gartrell Alumni Association. And some of you are familiar with Gartrell, but some of you maybe are not old enough to be familiar with Gartrell. The Gartrell was the black school on the other side of town. And for many years it served as the primary source of education for African Americans here in this community. I attended Gartrell from 1967 to 1970. And I graduated from England High School in 1980. I don't recognize many faces here this evening, but I am a Nellums from England. My mother still lives here, owns some property here in town, and have some concern about the schools. The audience may not be aware, but I'm sure the board is aware of the consent order that you just agreed to in federal court. If you have a copy, you should have your copy. If you don't, I'll give you a copy of what we propose to assist you with. Do any of you need a copy of that?
We don't have them here at the table.
Okay, all right. If you'll do this, Mr. Preston, make sure, pass that around. Let me have that first one. Thank you, sir. What the Gartrell, with the consent order, the federal consent order requires you to have a partnership with 3 predominantly black institutions of higher learning: Philander Smith, UAPB, and Arkansas Baptist. It also requires that you post your notification of your hiring in local venues, which include your local churches and some of the areas where people, I guess, would frequent in this community, the community center, probably City Hall. The Alumni Association is willing to help you establish the relationship, the partnership with UAPB, with Philander Smith, and with Arkansas Baptist College. And it's all about recruiting minority teaching staff. Currently, according to what was submitted to the federal court, you have no black teachers at the elementary school and I think 2 on the certified staff at the high school. And there was a time when we integrated in 1970 that percentage was about 40% at the elementary school and about 30+% at the high school. So that's not to place blame at anyone on this table, because you're the board of directors. At the end of the day, the hiring process will end with you based upon a recommendation by the superintendent. I'm not going to read this line by line. You are all folks who can, read and decipher this information. For the benefit of those in the audience, though, who are basically maybe unaware of this process, Mr. Price, if you don't mind, if they can, I guess, seek comment from you or additional information on what you prefer. If I read this, it doesn't matter to me. You guys, I'm going to stay within my 5-minute time limit, and then I'm going to sit down. So you can have it either way you want, but basically, the federal court order that you got on the 23rd of February that this board agreed to on behalf of the district requires that you do certain things, and I think there are about 12 items on that page, maybe 13. And it'll be monitored by the federal court. There's no way around it, so the best way is just to deal with it head on, make a conscious effort to recruit minority applicants for positions here in the district that almost reflect the student population. I think the student population here is about 37% African American. So you've got to make some effort. Making the effort requires that you submit a state 3-year plan too, and Mr. Price is aware of that, the board should be aware of that. Every year you've got to submit a 3-year recruitment plan. Maybe you've been signing off on it as a board, but not maybe being completely aware that this stuff is not happening. And you're responsible to the State Department of Education, and now you're responsible to the federal court too. And you've always kind of had oversight here with the federal court, but it hasn't really been out there in the public. And now England is one of the remaining school districts in the state of Arkansas. It's still under federal court supervision with a consent order for faculty and staff hiring, period. So the Alumni Association is willing to help, and we will make an effort to sit down with the superintendent and or meet with the board if you'll reach out to us. And Mr. Price, you have my number. Mr. Cheek, on behalf of you'll represent the school district as president. So, how about that? That's your 5 minutes.
That sounds good.
Okay?
That sounds good.
All right?
You gonna give him on this?
Yes.
Okay, you're welcome.
All right, so I'll make a motion to adjourn.
I make that motion.
Motion by Mr. Chris Farley, second.
Second.
Second by Ms. Ellen